All right, I'm here to do week 6 predictions. Now, I know week 5 just ended, but hell, let's just do it. And I can't believe it, the Ravens won. So I got 13 games right, 3 games wrong. I'll tell you in the comments below which ones I got wrong. I'm going to put it in the description, not comments, sorry, description. But let's start with the games. Let's just do this right away. Dolphins versus Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Sorry, Jacksonville, you guys just look like the worst team in the NFL. It's a close battle between you and the Texans, but even the Texans look better than Jacksonville right now. Texans versus Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts. Colts were, they just lost that game and it was so close. But the Ravens just found a way to win. And I just think that Carson Wentz is going to be pissed off and he's going to be ready to play. And he's going to play against Texans and he's going to win. I mean, Texans almost beat the Patriots, but almost doesn't matter, obviously, in football. Dolphins in Jacksonville. I mean, that's pretty obvious, I think. Do they have the spread for? Oh, they have all the spreads for week 6 already. Anyway, so the Dolphins are 3.5 favorites. So I went with them, and that makes sense. And I would say that they cover that spread. Colts are 10-point favorites. I don't know if they'll win by 10, but I think they'll win the game. Ravens versus the Chargers. Ravens are 3.5 favorite, and I'm going with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson has proven that he is one of the best quarterbacks after that game. Came back, and yes, he almost lost them the game, but in the end, he won it, and that's all that matters. He threw for 4 touchdowns, 442 yards. He had more passing yards than rushing yards. So, there's no way people can't say that he can't throw because he obviously had to throw a lot. He couldn't run really that well against that team. So Lamar Jackson proved to me that he can play. I don't know why he chooses to run because he can actually throw. It's just his receivers, I guess, really dropped the ball. But Mark Andrews played a hell of a game, and so did Marquise Brown. Actually, the reason why I lost in fantasy was because of him. Broncos versus the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Broncos. They're 3-point favorite. They're at home. And John Gruden getting fired. That's a huge distraction, I think. It's 3 points. It's going to be a close game, but I have the Broncos winning this. Please don't let me down again, Broncos, because I picked you. You let me down last week. Bills versus, but so did the Raiders. They both let me down last week. Bills versus Tennessee. I'm going to go with the Bills. I think that the Bills are one of the best teams in the AFC, maybe even in the NFL. I just think the Bills are going to win. They're 5.5 favorites, and that's why I'm picking them. Chiefs versus Washington. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, 6.5 favorites, but I think they're going to come back. They're going to play better. Their defense sucks, but their offense, I think, is going to come and carry them in this game. Bengals versus Lions. I'm going to go with the Bengals. They're 3-point favorites. I just think the Lions look really awful. I don't know when they're going to win. They're going to win one of these games, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Joe Burrow, Chase. The Bengals actually been playing pretty good. They almost beat the Packers. Actually should have beat them, and they lost in the end by a field goal. But then again, the Packers missed a kick so many times. Cardinals versus the Browns. I'm going to go with the Cardinals, even though the Browns are 2.5 favorites and they're at home. And this is a game that I could see the Cardinals losing because the Browns defense is really, really good. But I think Kyler Murray will find a way to win. The Cardinals have just been finding ways to win. They're the best team in the NFL right now because they're the only team that's undefeated, 5-0. Cowboys versus the Patriots. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I wish the Patriots beat them, but I think the Cowboys are also one of the best teams in the NFL. 4-point favorite. Dak Prescott has been playing amazing. Ezekiel Elliott is back. Tony Pollard. Their defense looks good. Trayvon Diggs, best cornerback in the NFL, playing amazing. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Seahawks versus Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers. No Russell Wilson. And they're 5-point favorite, and they should be. Don't think Geno Smith is going to be enough to carry them. If Russell Wilson was playing, I probably would have picked the Seahawks. But Geno Smith is playing, and I have no faith in him. And Ben Roethlisberger played well last week. Got to give him credit. Got to give the Steelers credit. They really had a nice week against Denver. So Eagles versus the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I don't know how the Eagles pulled it off last week. That game really shocked me. That's probably one of the most shocking games. That and the Bears beating the Raiders was really, really shocking. Buccaneers are going to win. Buccaneers are 7-point favorites. And they should be. This is a Thursday night game. And I think they will cover that spread. So we'll go to the Packers versus the Bears. I'm going to go with the Packers. And they're 4.5 favorites. The Bears are at home. They are playing better, but I don't think they will beat the Packers. I could be wrong, and this could be a trap game for the Packers, but I really believe that the Bears are going to lose and Packers will win. Rams versus the Giants. Rams easily. There might not even be Daniel Jones, and even if there was, how much faith do I have against this defense? Not much. Saquon Barkley is probably not going to play. And the Rams are 10.5 favorites. I think they could win by that because the Giants are not fully healthy, and even if they were, they wouldn't beat this team. The Rams are just in a league of their own. They're one of the best teams in the NFC. Just because they lost to the Cardinals don't mean they're not that good. They still could be a Super Bowl pick for some people. Vikings versus the Panthers. Well, I'm going to go with... this is very tough because Panthers are 1-point favorite. They're at home. They choked. But I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings will bounce and will win this game. They've been playing better. They just barely beat the Lions. But I think they're going to win this one. Even though the Panthers are favorite and they're at home. I just don't like how Sam Darnold's playing. The Vikings defense has been playing better. And Dalvin Cook hasn't played, but Mattinson has really stepped up and played really well in that role. So that's what I think. Last week, 13-3. That's pretty good. Hopefully this week we can have something similar and, hopefully have another good week. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, tell me in the comments below what you think about these picks. Do you agree? Disagree? I know a lot of you are going to disagree, and that's totally fine. We can't agree on everything. But, 13-3 last week, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you either agreed with me or whatever. So, yeah, man, there are some teams that are actually on bye, too, that I didn't mention. 49ers are on bye, Falcons are on bye, Jets are on bye, Saints are on bye. So, there you go, Yeah. So, like I said, tell me in the comments below which teams you think will win or lose, and tell me if you think I'm crazy. Anyway, see you around the bend. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'm out of here. Thank you for watching.